you have a ticker that you were watching today that you want me to take a look at and see if
NVIDIA.
this applies?
NVIDIA.
NVIDIA. All right. NVIDIA. All right. So this one's a little bit more tricky, but it is the same idea. So I was actually going over this with I don't remember who it was, but we were talking about whether or not the price with this strat, if the price can consolidate during pre-market or if it's just during market hours. And I think we realized, because this is still fairly new to me, but we realized that price can totally consolidate during pre-market and after hours. And NVIDIA is kind of an example of that, because you can see it was up here, then it was down here, but it's being caught by the 200, and which essentially makes this valid, because when it finally does break that 200, you can see the kind of move you get. And for NVIDIA, these candles aren't really gigantic for the kind of moves that it sometimes sees. You can sometimes see really, really huge candles at open. Oh, my stream wasn't running. Sorry, guys. If you were to play the strat with this, these are slightly bigger than I would prefer, but at open, sometimes you kind of have to watch this and kind of learn how it works. But let's just say that we were playing this today. This candle right here, the second candle of the day, the biggish red one, closed under the 200 MA. Then the next candle did not break under the wick of that candle. So we're still not entering yet. You see you got another move up with another rejection. Then you get another candle. The following candle, which looks like it all just about nicked that MA200 on the nose before rejecting and falling below the wick of the initial candle that broke below the 200. So at that point, basically right at this price level 10, you could have bought puts and you could have ridden it down. And then I generally will use the EMAs here, which is this little Ripster Cloud deal. I'll use that to kind of decide, to help me decide when I'm ready to get out of the trade. So in this particular case, probably would have been somewhere right around this price level 6, somewhere in here. That's why I still draw levels, because it's where I usually try to take my profits. Cool? You get that, Jack?
What if you bought calls like I did on the very first green candle?
I probably would have sold my calls when it closed below the purple, the 200 MA SMA.
So I should have sold.
I would have sold if it closed under that 200 SMA. I would have sold, because worst case scenario, if it does break back over, you get a little bit of consolidation and it breaks back up, you can buy again if you needed to. But if you don't buy, if you don't sell there where it looks like the flow is starting to flip towards downside, if you don't sell there, it can just absolutely destroy you because of how much NVIDIA contracts move. You know what I mean?
Zach, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So, okay. So when you entered the trade for calls, what was your predetermined stop loss? Did you have one? Like, what level were you like?
I hold hits here until I am up 100%.
Okay, that sounds about right.
So you're copying me.
Sounds about right, Jack. Sounds about right. But seriously, did you have that or not?
No, I'm being serious. I never have a stop loss.
Okay, so if you never have a stop loss, how do you decide when to sell, or you just don't? You let it go.
Okay.
It's just like a gut thing.
I didn't hear you. Can you say that again?
I just go with my gut whenever it tells me to sell.
Translation: I'm an idiot.
All right, let's not be mean to Jack. So
I love you, Jack.
What I would have probably done is this 200 price level that I have drawn here. It's also a big psych level. I would have probably set that as my stop loss if I had entered calls on that first candle. Just because, but again, the first candle, it's all like when I follow this strat, I almost never enter on the first candle ever. Even if it
Is
shoots
strat
way up and it takes
short
off.
for strategy?
What's that?
You guys would throwing me up. Is strat short for strategy?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay. That's
because the first candle, if let's just say hypothetically speaking, if you're playing NVIDIA and that first candle takes off, right? Like it looked like it was going to. And then the next candle takes off even further and just goes through the fucking roof. Then you just let that go. You just have to let it go because the amount of times that it's going to fail are significantly higher than the few times it doesn't fail. At least in my experience, specifically with the moving averages condensed the way they are. When the price action in previous days has not caused them to consolidate like this, it's different.
okay.
So when you have really tight MAs on any time frame, you're gonna generally see a bigger reaction. This is basically the way that I've come up with to find the best way I can describe it is an all-day runner. You want to find something that you buy it, and for lack of a better word, you just forget that it's there for an hour, and you come back and you look and you go, oh hey, look, I'm up 100%. And
There it is.
And that's kind of what the goal is. It may be a little bit more to it than that, but that's really it. So one of the ones that I was watching here, I'll give you another example. One of the ones I was watching today was Moderna, because you could see that the MAs were fairly tight, but not really. So I was kind of watching it to see if I could get to watch the stock today to see if we were going to get more consolidation. And it basically went straight down, and it continued straight down for a while. I didn't even look at it again when that happens. Like, unless it pulls back significantly, like Apple or Facebook or whatever, on top of those condensed moving averages, I just forget it, because you'll see a lot of stuff like this where it'll come up, it'll bink off the 50, and it'll consolidate while going down along the 50 until it finally breaks through. And then it'll do the same thing usually on the 100 or the 200. And the price action for when you're playing weekly options, it just doesn't work really well. But you can see Moderna is setting up possibly for another day, maybe even tomorrow, where it triggers this particular type of play, because we need to get this 200 down probably another $2 or so on the clear price, and then it'll be like that perfect play. And yes, like what Brub just posted, don't let a mental stop loss become an emotional stop loss. I like that.
That is so deep.
I literally just thought of it, and I hope I feel like I always think of things,
that, huh?
and then people have already come up with it. I'm really hoping that this is mine. I made this up.
Yeah,
I'm the CEO.
I want that for you, definitely. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this unless anybody else has a ticker that you want me to kind of go over. Type or say it out loud, either way. Nope. Okay, Jack's typing. Let's see if he's... Alright, I'm going to go ahead and kill it. Last chance.
Okay.
5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, take it easy, guys.
Yeah,
Alright.
thanks. Peace.
All right. Hope that was helpful. That was a video I recorded live on my Discord, just doing a screen share. So some of the other voices you were hearing are just some of the other people that are in there with me. That's all. Hope you guys have a good one. Take it easy.